Solo leveling is overrated? It's time for the latest news out of Japan. Solo Leveling is an anime series that's true to its title. It just keeps leveling up and getting better. Every Saturday feels special because Solo Leveling is being released, and the episodes are so enjoyable that a lot of fans have claimed that they feel way shorter than regular anime episodes. You may agree with this one fan who said, 20 plus minutes of episode runtime felt like less than 2 minutes. But the success of Solo Leveling's anime adaptation isn't anything surprising. In fact, many saw it coming years ago, so expectations for the anime were sky high before it even got adapted, though some fans were a bit doubtful that the anime would get a good adaptation. Luckily for everyone, right from the first episode of Season 1, the doubters were proven to be wrong, and A1 Pictures delivered an amazing first season. Though not everyone appreciated the first season of Solo Leveling because it got a bit of a mixed reaction from fans. Some were very vocal about how much they loved and were satisfied by Season 1, while others hated it and said it didn't properly adapt the manhwa and light novel. Even though not everyone rocked with Season 1 of Solo Leveling, the hype levels for Season 2 were still extremely high because the season was set to adapt some of the most epic fights in all of the manhwa. Since the second season of Solo Leveling started on the 5th of January, it's been on a literal monster run, delivering banger episode after banger episode. The hype is so crazy that many fans are beginning to call Solo Leveling the best anime ever. But on the other side, many are saying Solo Leveling is the most overrated anime ever. Before we fully get into that mess, let's go over what's happened in Solo Leveling Season 2 so far. The season began with Jinwoo attending a parent-teacher meeting for his sister Jina. The teacher asks him to convince Han Song-yi, his sister's friend, to return to school. Song-yi refuses because she wants to be a hunter. To change her mind, Jinwoo takes her on a C-rank dungeon expedition led by an A-rank hunter, Kim Chul. However, the dungeon transforms into a dangerous snowy wasteland, trapping them inside. Kim Chul abandons the weaker hunters to fight the boss, Baruka, but his entire team is wiped out. Meanwhile, in Japan, a powerful hunter named Hwang Dong-soo arrives seeking revenge on Jinwoo and his friend Jin-ho. Outside the dungeon, Dong-soo nearly fights Baek-yeon-hoo, an S-rank hunter, but leaves when he believes Jinwoo will die inside. Inside the dungeon, Kim Chul blames Jinwoo for his team's deaths and attacks him, but their fight attracts Baruka. Baruka notices that Jinwoo doesn't feel human to him. Using his shadow army, Jinwoo distracts Baruka's forces, kills Kim Chul, and resurrects him as Iron to defeat Baruka. After escaping the dungeon, Jinwoo is confronted by Baek-yeon-hoo, who questions him about the deaths, but Jinwoo's power forces him to back off. Seeing Jinwoo's strength, Song-yi finally decides to return to school. Meanwhile, Jinwoo's father, Song-il-hwan, reappears after being trapped in a gate for 10 years. He warns Dong-soo about an upcoming disaster, but when Dong-soo mocks his plan to kill Jinwoo, Il-hwan fights him, leaving Dong-soo badly injured before escaping. Jin-ho, Jinwoo's friend, finally gets his guild certification and convinces his father to let him run the family's guild, on the condition that Jinwoo joins. Jinwoo continues growing stronger and returns to the S-rank dungeon where he had previously struggled. He collects 2 of the 3 materials needed for a powerful potion. To attempt even harder dungeons, Jinwoo decides to get his rank reassessed. The Hunters Association confirms that he is now South Korea's 10th S-rank hunter. Afterward, major guilds and organizations try to recruit him, but he rejects all their offers. Jinwoo prepares to face the S-rank dungeon boss and considers selling a rare item for better equipment. However, he realizes the item is too powerful for an E-rank hunter like his past self. To create a believable explanation, he signs up as a miner in an A-rank dungeon under the Hunters Guild. During a lunch break, he considers fighting the dungeon boss, but is stopped by S-rank hunter Cha Hae-in. Hae-in tells Jinwoo to leave, but she notices something strange. While all hunters smell bad to her, Jinwoo smells different. This makes her curious about him. Later, Jinwoo joins another mining team and secretly helps them in battle. However, the dungeon gate suddenly locks, trapping the group inside. They are brought before the boss, a powerful giant orc named Kargalgun. setting up another dangerous fight for Jinwoo. Then we moved on to the most viral episode of the season yet, episode 6, titled Don't Look Down on My Guys. This episode saw Jinwoo swoop in to save the Hunters Guild party leader, Kurgalgan, and then proceeded to have an unbelievably intense fight with the beast himself. After Jinwoo, Igris, and the other Shadow Generals showcased their best moves, they won the battle, and Kurgalgan joined Jinwoo's Shadow Army, now named Fang. The episode generated so much excitement from fans that it literally broke the internet by crashing all of the top pirate sites. That's a feat that even Luffy's Gear 5 in One Piece couldn't achieve, and many fans find that fact hilarious. But that's not all it accomplished. Solo Leveling Season 2 Episode 6 became the third highest rated anime episode of all time on IMDb, and it even caused Solo Leveling to surpass Jujutsu Kaisen on Crunchyroll to become the third most popular anime on the platform. Because of that last feat, some fans are even claiming that Solo Leveling is way better than Jujutsu Kaisen. Some even believe it'll become the #1 on the platform by the time the season is over. But it's not just about accomplishments. This episode was a catalyst that drastically increased the level of appreciation Solo Leveling as a show was receiving online, because fans all over the world were vocal about how incredible this adaptation is. One of them said this: Solo Leveling Episode 6 of Season 2 might be the episode of the year so far in 2025. This has to be peak Solo Leveling. Everyone praised the animation for being exceptional, and even a few fans praised it for the character work and storytelling done within the episode. One of the fans said, "Animation aside, Episode 6 was amazing for the story. We got to see Jinwoo's growth with the parallels to the Double Dungeon, Tusk glitching like Baruka, great character moments from Ki-hoon and Cha-haeun, and some more context on the association. Fantastic episode." Because of how well adapted this episode is, many fans are calling Solo Leveling the best new-gen anime out there. Well, there's a bit of an argument to be made there, because even if we choose to ignore the prominent modern shonen bangers like Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, and My Hero Academia, there are still phenomenal fantasy anime series like Frieren that many believe to be better than Solo Leveling. But, as anyone would expect from the anime-manga community, this storm of popularity and appreciation that Solo Leveling Season 2 is receiving has also created an avenue for bitter fans to express their hatred and dissatisfaction with the show. Like we said earlier, a bunch of fans calling it an overhyped mess, and some are even going as far as saying it's a series that only 13-year-old boys can enjoy. A few threw shade at Solo Leveling, saying, "Solo Leveling has no writing. All they have is aura and hype moments." Another fan was a bit more elaborate in throwing shade at Jinwoo and the series, as he said, "Crazy thing, I was going to get into it when my friend recommended it, but then he explained how much power the dude gets, and I immediately backed up, cause no, he doesn't have any aura, he has no drip, he doesn't look cool, he's lame. There's nothing even interesting going on." Many fans claim it's carried by the animation, and if you remember, this is the exact same way that they criticized Demon Slayer. It's easy to focus on just the art, animation, and action, but there's a lot of themes represented within the series, a lot of characterization done on its cast, and a well-developed mystery setting within its story as well. Solo Leveling may not have the most compact story ever, but it's in no way overrated. People have the misconception of Solo Leveling, that it is nothing more than just cool fighting, but each fight in Solo Leveling progresses the story and hints at future events while developing Jinwoo and the world around him. At the very least, we should be glad that A1 Pictures actually gave us a visual product worth getting hyped about, as opposed to Tower of God, a more elaborate story that ended up with the horrible adaptation in Season 2. The most recent episode of Solo Leveling was the one where Jinwoo was officially announced as the 10th S-rank hunter. Anime fans are hyped for the next episode of Solo Leveling, which could showcase the battle between Jinwoo and Demon King Baran, and there's a lot more crazy fights to come in Solo Leveling Season 2 during the Jeju Island arc. In other news, Goku went Super Saiyan 4?